Yeah.
Today we are learning about rotation. Sit back, relax, and chill at your station. It's better than losing money with inflation. Alright everybody, we're learning about rotations today. Rotating things. Wait a minute. What is that over there? What? Did you see that Snowman guy? Well, I got his head. Anyways, rotations. If we have a center point, any point in space, we can rotate a head around it. Okay? It will always be the same distance, just like a radius of a circle. If this is my first point, I can go 90 degrees like this. And then I can go 180 degrees. Or 270 degrees. For this purpose, we're probably only going to do counterclockwise. So this way would be clockwise. And this way is counterclockwise. We're only going to be thinking about it counterclockwise. Check out these kids with their center of rotation, and the soccer ball is considered to be the center of rotation, and the kids are running around it as they're rotating around the ball. Come check it out.
Whoa, I got blown away by that water. Anyways, we're back. We are performing rotations today still. This is the rotations. We got some vocab we need to work on here. We got to remember what the center of rotation is here. Let's say if we have point P, we call that the center of rotation. And then we're going to have some other point Q, okay? And then we're going to rotate this point Q 90 degrees. And I move him over here. He becomes Q prime, all right? Because this ends up being 90 degrees. Okay, this is the center of rotation, and this is the angle of rotation. All right, how far we move it around this point. Okay, what the angle is. Okay, we end up can go all the way around. All right, we use that vocab throughout. All right, we can rotate first of all with a protractor. Like, let's say I want to rotate a point Q about point P. So let's pick point P, the purple ones. So we got point P here. We're going to go about that. And then I have point Q way over here. So point Q like that. Point Q. All right, I need to make a distance in between the 2 points. Let's just make a solid distance, okay? And I'm going to need to measure that. We're going to need to know that that is that length. And I'm going to take out a protractor here. And we take out this protractor, we turn it, we put the center right here. Let's make it a little bit bigger, okay? And let's make it just right. And 20 degrees is 120, 40, 20, 70, 80, 90, 20. 120 degrees is right here. Okay, I'm going to mark that right there so we know that that is 120 degrees. And let's get rid of the protractor. Once we got it, we all set. Move it out of the way. And I know 120 degrees is going to be coming all the way out here. But like I said before, I need to make sure that I have the same distance here. And my new point Q will end up being here, but it's not point Q, it's point Q prime. This now is 120 degrees. Okay, we need to make sure that PQ is congruent to PQ prime. All right, otherwise it won't work. And that's how to rotate it with a protractor. All right, let's keep on moving on. All right, there's a few rules. We got 90, we got 180, and we got 270. These are all degrees. Okay, rotations. Okay, if you want to do these rotations, you can follow these rules. For 90, you change AB to negative VA. 180, you go AB, negative, negative, and 270, you change the A to negative. All right, but let's see what's actually going on when we do this. Okay, so let's see what this picture, do you understand this picture? Let me show you another picture. If I want to draw a y-axis and an x-axis, we can see what's really going on here. Okay, so let's say I have this point, and it's A, B. Okay, point A, B, and I want to rotate it 90 degrees. We know that we have to go about this point of the origin. Okay, that's the only way we can go. We can go around the origin. And I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. So I want this to come out here, all right? And this will be 90 degrees, 90 degrees. And that's from here to here is 90 degrees. And this ends up being negative B, comma, A. All right, now if I want to go even farther, and I want to go 180 degrees, this ends up being 180 degrees, and this will end up being negative A, comma, negative B. Okay, and if I want to go any further, that's 180. And if I want to go even further, go all the way around to 270 degrees. 270 degrees. This point ends up being, this AB changes from B to negative A. And that's it going all the way around. So let's say I have some point out there. Let's say I have some point A, and it's 2, 3. All right, we want to rotate it 90 degrees. Okay, and it's going about the origin. Well, we know that it's going to change. If we're going 90 degrees is negative BA. 90 degrees, negative BA. Okay, so let's plot the point. Well, we know it's going to go A prime is going to end up being, we're switching negative 2, 3. All right, so I have 2, 3, and that's A. And when I rotate it 90 degrees, I end up getting negative 2, 3. And you can see perfectly that it is kind of a 90-degree rotation around. So we're going to go here and here. This is 90 degrees. 90-degree rotation, with this being the center of rotation. All right, you can try that all different kinds of ways. All right, now let's try this next one. All right, we can also do it through matrix multiplication. If we got 90 degrees, we use this matrix. If we're trying to go 180-degree rotation, we use this matrix. If we're trying to use 270-degree rotation, I use this matrix. And 360 is just this one. This is actually the identity matrix. If you multiply this by any matrix, it ends up being itself. It's like multiplying anything times 1. So it doesn't really change anything, because 360 degrees, it ends up just coming back to its original location. Okay, let's do an example here. Let's draw a triangle. Let's start out with triangle A is going to be 2, 4. B is 8, 2. And C is 6, 0. Let's plot these points. We got 2, 4. That's A. And we got B is 8, 2. That's B. And we have C is 6, 0. Let's see. Make a little triangle. Okay. And we are going to rotate it around the, let's rotate 180 degrees. Why not? Let's rotate 180 degrees. Well, let's actually move all of this. Ooh, I don't want to do that. Let's move all of this down a bit. Let's move this a little bit up so I can get a matrix going on here. And yeah. Okay, this will work. Let's get this matrix going on. If I got this matrix is going to be 2, 4, 8, 2, and 6, 0. Okay, that's coming from these points, 2, 4, 8, 2, 6, 0. These are the x's and these are the y's. All right, what is that going to equal? And I need to multiply it by, we're doing 180 degrees. So I look for negative 1, 0, 0, negative 1. All right, when I multiply this in, it's negative 1 times 2 plus 0 times 4, which is going to be negative 2. And I keep on going through and I say negative 1 times 8 plus 0 times 2 is negative 8. And I'm going to say that Negative 1 times 6 plus 0 times 0 ends up being negative 6. And again, let's switch down to here now. I say 0 times 2 plus negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. And 0 times 8 plus negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. 0 times 6 plus negative 1 times 0 ends up being just 0. So I'm going to plot my new triangle. Alright, this ends up being negative 2. This is going to be A. Let's do that, A prime. This ends up being negative 2, comma, negative 4. This ends up being B. This ends up being negative 8, comma, negative 2. And we got C prime is negative 6, comma, 0. Alright, now I'm going to graph all these points. I got negative 2, negative 4, right there. That's A prime. I got negative 8, negative 2. That's B prime. And negative 6, comma, 0. Okay, so this was A prime, B prime, and C prime. Let's do this. And you can see that everything is rotated around the origin 180 degrees. It's like this guy took a journey around and went right over here, exactly 180 degrees. This guy moved all the way from here, here. This guy traveled around here. This guy went 180 degrees over here. See the 180 degrees? And the 180 degrees? And the other 180 degrees? All around this origin. And that pretty much sums it up for rotations all in all in 9.4. Have a nice day, guys. Don't forget to smile. Peace.